What's going on? It's Taisophon, and I'm coming at you guys with another video. So Capcom finally dropped what Season 2 of Street Fighter 6 Character Pass is going to look like, and honestly I like what I see, but at the same time I don't like what I see. Let's start with Bison. Bison has gotten a completely new look in this game. He doesn't look like any variation of himself from the past Street Fighter games we've seen him in. This dude has gotten a whole cape now, his hair is extra long and unkempt. Capcom kind of gave him a little bit of a rugged look this time around. This isn't surprising because some of the other characters in this game seem to follow that trend, like for example Ryu, Ken, and Akuma. I think this is the coolest Bison has ever looked in a Street Fighter. He's got this edge to him that I really like and that this costume gives him. He looks less like a dictator and more like a rogue bandit looking to complete his next job. He pulls up on you with this dark horse, which is sick too because it gives him that dark and mysterious aura. When I first saw a snippet of Bison's outfit from the trailer, I immediately thought it was Sagat because of how similar the designs are when you compare it to how Sagat looked in Street Fighter V. And also Seth wore his Shadowloo cape back in Street Fighter V as well. All of them were rocking capes, which constantly has me wondering if there's like some sort of meaning behind this. Is Bison gonna try to recover the Shadowloo organization since he's got his cape on now? That wouldn't make sense though, because Street Fighter 6 takes place in the future after the events of Street Fighter 5, and the Shadowloo organization has already fallen by the time Street Fighter 3 comes around. This was confirmed by what Urien tells Chun-Li in his pre-game fight quote. If you pay attention, most of the Street Fighter villains seem to be wearing Shadowloo capes as of recent. Sagat wore a cape in Street Fighter V, Seth wore a cape in Street Fighter V, Bison has his cape now in Street Fighter 6. Now who's next? Gil? Is Gil gonna show up with a black cape and a hoodie over his head? Is Gil gonna show up and join forces with Seth and Sagat to take down Bison? I also realized that one of the portraits for your profile in Street Fighter 6 has all the villains together in one spot. The caption even says under it, "Here comes the rain." In that profile portrait you can also see G, and I'm thinking maybe he might show up later in a character pass wearing a black cape as well. Maybe Capcom is hinting something at us, like a new faction between these guys coming to fruition. Now as far as Bison's moveset goes, he's pretty much just Bison doing typical Bison shit. He's got his whole bunch of Devil's Reverse setups that I hope aren't plus on block, by the way. He's got his head press making his comeback that can mix you up. Looks like he can confirm it into some sort of command where he just puts his knee on your back of your neck. Not gonna lie, that move looks pretty badass. It made me think I was watching like a Mortal Kombat trailer for a second. It's nice to see that his Psycho Crusher isn't locked behind a V trigger or a super activation anymore, like how it was in Street Fighter V. I always thought that was kind of lame. His Psycho Mine is making its return, which looks like it allows you to like put pressure on your opponent and use it for combo extenders. I would say the thing that I don't like about his gameplay is how cinematic his combos are. Don't get me wrong, his moves look sick, but going off of what I'm seeing in the trailer, he's suffering from that same thing that Jury suffers from in this game, and that's their combo strings taking a freaking millennium just to finish. You know what I'm saying? He seems like he's got those combo strings where it's like you might as well just put the controller down because the combo just keeps going and going and going. But overall, I just hope his frame data isn't broken like how it was in Street Fighter V. Bison was one of those characters in that game that I didn't respect you if you played him, and I believe you were carried hard if you did so. It was never fun spending most of the match blocking against his oppressive ass. When it comes to the Year 2 character pass of Street Fighter 6, I think it looks alright, but I'm not seeing any character on there that I'm excited about. It's cool to see Terry Bogard and Mai on there from the KOF and Fatal Fury series, coming to square up with these Street Fighter characters again like in Capcom vs SNK. I'm not surprised that they're both on here because I already had a feeling that Capcom was going to use Street Fighter 6 as a way to milk and promote other Capcom titles and other games. I'm calling it now, Terry and Mai aren't going to be the only guest characters you see in this game as of yet. Capcom is going to get in their bag, right? When it comes to fan service in this game, we're gonna see characters get revived from older Capcom games. We might even get a Tekken character considering how successful Akuma was in Tekken 7. Trust me, Capcom is gonna try to do what Mortal Kombat does with their games and all the guest characters that show up in those games. At the same time, I'm disappointed because that's not only one, but 2 character slots that were taken up for potential Street Fighter Legacy characters. We still haven't seen any Street Fighter 3 characters outside of Elena, and we're heading off into like the second season of Street Fighter 6 already. Characters that I like from Street Fighter 3 like Alex, Remy, Sean, Makoto, and even Dudley, nowhere to be found. Alpha characters like Rolento, Gen, Karen, Sakura, Cody, Rose, nowhere to be found. They even went out of their way to add the soundtracks from those games, which is cool, but not alongside the characters from those games. Seems a little weird to me. We only got one character from Street Fighter 3, Elena, which is whack. Not saying that Elena herself is whack, but this character pass could have had all Street Fighter 3 characters in it, or a mixture of Street Fighter 3rd Strike characters and Alpha characters as well. I'm sorry, I just think Street Fighter 6's roster needs to be spiced up a little bit. Looking at the roster we have now is like me eating chicken with no seasoning. It's just meh. Capcom is just showing us that they're doing whatever they want to do, and as a result, I'm going to keep my expectations very low when it comes to character passes in this game moving forward. This character pass gets a 6 out of 10 for me. But anyways, let me know how you feel about the character pass down below. Are you cool with it? Are you not cool with it? If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to keep up with more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. This has been Taisophon, and I'm out, people. Later.